right, welcome y'all to the S&P 2025 office party for March. That's 2025. And this is our third office party for the year. Let's roll into my big ideas. And the first one I'm calling out of the blue syndrome. Because lately I notice, because marketing works, right? There are lots of wins lately. And so when I ask people, what do you attribute these wins to? I'm expecting to hear my marketing, but that is often not what people say. What they say is, oh, I accidentally came across this person, or, oh, it's word of mouth, or, oh, it was a fluke. And I'm thinking, no, that's not true. It's because you're doing your marketing. But I understand that sometimes it feels like magic because maybe a person that you'd written off or thought had ghosted you suddenly shows up with a project or responds to your newsletter and says, let's talk. And we do call that newsletter magic, by the way. And so I ask you, and I'm kind of leading the witness here, but really, is that out of the blue? Do you think of that as out of the blue? You know, I was talking about this with one of my small groups, and someone said, maybe it's a form of humility because we don't want to take credit for the things that are happening as if it's too much of tooting your own horn. Does anyone feel like that? Well, I'm going to ask you to be a little less humble. I know people are trying not to brag and not to be arrogant and not to toot your own horn, but that doesn't mean you go way to the other side of the spectrum and pretend you had nothing to do with it, basically. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. So I'm calling this the out of the blue syndrome, right? Where you are doing your marketing, but you don't quite connect the dots between what you're doing and the good things that come to you because it isn't immediate, it isn't obvious, and it isn't linear. And that is the reality. But it is working. Because the thing is, what I envision and what I sometimes hear people say is, well, it's out of the blue, so the things I'm doing must not be working, so maybe I don't have to do them anymore. And I'm going to help people get over this out of the blue syndrome. Because once you see that what you're doing actually has an effect, and it takes longer than you want it to, and it may be again, not linear. It feels like you put something out there and then it comes back from over here. And how could those two things be connected? But they are in a woo-woo type of way. I'm telling you, that is possible. Some of it is also that we're planting seeds and we don't know when they're going to hatch, to mix my metaphors, if you don't mind, right? We don't know when things will sprout. So we just have to trust, and that's where the trust comes in. And I think also that's why just being part of a community like this where people are working at it together can be super helpful when you start to get demotivated or unmotivated and start to go down that rabbit hole of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is not working. Thank you for coming. Bye, y'all. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up.